What's up, gang? I'm driving home from my 9 to 5, and just thinking about some of the podcasts I've been doing in the evening. During my evening med runs, and always talk about how I want you guys to make sure that you guys check out my YouTube lives and my YouTube podcast, and sometimes to talk about the same things because throughout your day some of the same things are always on your mind. Like what is your mission? What is your goal? What are you trying to do with your life? And so I'm always hyper focused on what is my next step. Because I guess if you're not focused on your next step, then you may find it very, very difficult to move forward. Right? I always want to be moving forward. And whether it is granular or whether it's in leaps and bounds. I just always want to be moving forward. But you can't move forward unless you have a clear plan of how you're going to get there. So I have been working extra hard on how I need to get there. And just like everybody else in life, uh, things come our way that set us back. You heard of this saying, um, one step forward, two steps back. You know, uh, and it's not always that way, because obviously if it's always that way, then you will continually go backwards. So if you have a workable plan that you are doing to have a good future, to have a better life, to have better relationships, to have better finances, um, to to have better health. I mean, I know for me, better health is key for me. You cannot put a price on better health, right? You know, I always want to one up myself when it comes to better health. And the reason I want to one up myself when it comes to better health is because eventually the day is going to come that tomorrow I won't have as much energy as I had the day before, and so on and so forth. But I want to have my muscle memory in place so that I'm always able to bounce back after injuries, bounce back after illnesses, bounce back after being incapacitated for any amount of time. I just always want to be able to do that. And then the only way to do that is to stay consistent in your health. And which makes me always think of being consistent in my financial health. Now, one of the serious, serious things that will stop you from being physically healthy is always worrying about your finances. Now, when I say worrying, I mean having it break you down, and have it bother you to the point of where you have no solutions. Always thinking about your finances is totally different than always. I am always thinking about my finances. It is something that I'm always knowing that I need to work on. It is a work in progress constantly. As my income levels change, as the economies change, as things come up in life, I always want to be able to tackle whatever comes my way. And all that comes with a plan. So one of the things I implemented, I have two journals. I have my digital journal that I work on every evening, and I have my daytime journal that I write out everything pen and paper. And I think that both of them allow me to stay focused in my day, because there's certain things that we already know we need to do. Right? We already know everything it takes for us to have a better life. Our biggest problem is we don't want to do it, right? It is so easy to go back to the drawing board, right? Go back to the drawing board, start all over again, start all over again. Read some more books, do some more studying, do some more investigations. It's easy to do that. The hardest thing to do is to act. Most people do not act, and that's why they have a bad life, right? So just think about that. You could probably have the exact life that you want. You're just too lazy, too afraid to go ahead and do exactly what you need to do. I'm sure that throughout your life, depending on your age, somebody has already given you instructions on what you need to do to move ahead, what you need to do to succeed, what you need to do to figure it all out. I'm sure somebody has already given you instructions for this, right? But the problem is that you do not wish to feel the uncomfortable feeling that is required to be in action, always in action. One of the hardest things that I used to go through in my life was getting up to do a workout, right? To go to the gym. And I like working out, but it was the being super comfortable in the bed, and you know you could sleep in because nobody's going to say anything, to you getting out the bed, maybe driving in the cold or going into a cold garage or whatever you're doing and working out. That was one of the most difficult things that I had to get past. You know, you got to get past that stage of thinking, outthinking yourself, basically, right? Thinking to yourself that something is too difficult for you to do, right? And you have to get to the stage where you just go, I know what I have to do, and I do it, right? That's what you got to do in life. You got to know what you have to do, and then just get out there and do it. And a lot of people, they try to pass over all of that with more questions. They try to pass through all of that with more information, more education. One of the best things to do if you want to succeed in life is to act while you're learning, right? To act while you're learning. And if you act while you're learning, you will literally learn faster and more, right? Because you will be engaged in whatever it is that you are doing. You will be totally, completely engaged in it. And if you're engaged in it, okay, then you'll be learning from several different types of ways, right? Mentally, emotionally, strategically. It's just certain things that you learn when you're physically doing them that you don't learn when you're just reading about it. It's just certain things that come up. I know for me, because I'm in a cybersecurity course, that I feel like I learn a whole lot more things when I'm doing the labs as opposed to when I'm just reading uh, the lectures. And I feel like when I am listening to the videos and writing out my notes, that I feel like I even learn more than when the instructor is just talking, right? The instructor is just talking, and I'm learning things, and I have an idea. The following day, I rewatch the videos and I write them out, and now I have a stronger concept of what the instructor was talking about. But then I do the labs, right? I'm physically interacting in the labs, doing things that we talked about in the lecture, okay, and in my self study area. And now I know exactly what the information is that was put out there. It's a big difference. That happens in all different areas of your life when you combine so many different ways of learning, you have a tendency to hold on to that information so much longer, so much longer. So I am I'm literally, it's February, March, April, May, June, July, August. I am 6 months away from the completion of my course, and when my course is done, I'll be studying for my Security Plus exam. Nice thick book, right? I'll be studying for that exam and then moving into the field of cybersecurity. So, yeah, it's called uh, I don't have to do this, but I have to do this. You know what I mean? I don't have to do it because I can continue to do what I'm currently doing, which is doing my med runs and working my regular 9 to 5. But when it comes to growth, it takes some effort. And I believe that the more effort that it takes for you to grow, the greater the opportunity it is that will come your way when you reach that moment. And another level of living will be introduced to you. And that's what you got to do, man. You always got to be introducing yourself to new levels of life. Somebody told me a long time ago, said, "Hey, listen, Blue, there are levels to this game, right? There are levels to this game, and right now you're in the sub basement level, right? You are hundreds of levels away from the top performers, the high earners, and everything else. You're so far away from this, right? So start to understand that you need to skill up and get on another level. And so that's what I began doing. I began working on myself to become someone who was at the next level. And you'll be surprised once you reach that level, you'll start to realize that there are other levels. You know how it is when you're climbing a mountain, you can only see but so far as you're climbing the mountain, right? And that mountain is everything there is to you. You're just climbing that mountain, you're going up, and you just want to reach the peak, right? And so you reach the peak of the mountain and you look out and you realize that the peak of that mountain is actually the bottom of another mountain. And so the journey begins once again. And that's how you got to go through life, man. Just enjoying the journey of reaching peaks, you know, of handling valleys, navigating valleys, you know, Plymouths. You just got to just keep working at being the best version of yourself, man. So anyway, that's it, man. I just wanted to hop on a live and just chat it up with you guys real quick, little 15, 20 minutes, and say, have a great weekend. Keep that desire to move forward and to be more than what you currently are in your heart, right? Don't let nobody discourage you. Don't let nobody break you down, because that will probably be the biggest battle you face in life. And that's just the obstacle of other people, So when faced with that, just understand that those are usually people that aren't doing anything, you know. And so you have to learn how to devalue the opinions of those particular individuals. People who are doing something usually don't talk about other people who are trying to do something. That's just the case. So if somebody's talking about you, they're probably not moving forward in their life, and they're probably not achieving their goals the way they would like to achieve their goals. So of course they're going to talk about you. Of course they're going to try to put you down because it makes them feel bad. So keep it up, man. Keep up the good work, and I will talk to you guys maybe tomorrow. Definitely, I will talk to you guys on Monday. So you guys have a fantastic evening. This is Lieutenant Style Blue and my little YouTube live. Make sure you guys check out my Spotify, Lieutenant Style Blue Top 25 Mistakes podcast. Head on over and check that out. Make sure you guys go to Amazon or Audible and grab my book, Top 25 Mistakes En Route to the Good Life. Okay, and download into your brain 28 years of experience in about 9 hours. All right, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow or Monday or Sunday or the next time I do a live. I got to put the schedule together. But anyway, you guys have a fantastic evening. This is Lieutenant Sal Blue signing off.